Recently, there's been a big problem between Venezuela and Guyana about the Essequibo region. This is causing a lot of trouble in South America. Venezuela wants to be in charge of Essequibo and even hold a referendum to strengthen its claims to make their claims stronger. But this place, which has a lot of oil, is now part of Guyana, has been a source of contention since colonial times. The recent referendum, where over 95% of voters supported Venezuela's claim, adds a new dimension to an already complex situation. A long time ago, Venezuela says Essequibo was taken unfairly during the borders being decided in colonial times. In 1966, there was a temporary agreement called the Geneva Agreement signed between the Venezuela and UK, Guyana's colonial ruler, aiming to maintain the status quo while seeking a peaceful resolution. When Hugo Chavez was in charge, things were less tense. But when Guyana found a lot of oil, Venezuela, now led by President Nicolas Maduro, started talking about Essequibo again. Guyana follows a deal made in 1899 by international arbitrators from Britain, Russia, and the US. In 2018, Guyana approached the International Court of Justice seeking a rule on the dispute. Venezuela says they were not part of the 1899 deal and won't agree. When Guyana sought a ban on the referendum, the ICJ refused but urged Venezuela not to take actions altering the status quo. However, Maduro dismissed the ICJ's jurisdiction, further complicating the matter. Then, what is India's perspective on this dispute? India wants the problem to be solved peacefully. India and Guyana have a good relationship because India has a substantial diaspora and strong historical and cultural ties with the country and has economic partnerships and bilateral trade. India's diplomatic ties with Venezuela are also emphasized. Despite a temporary setback due to US sanctions imposed in 2019, India has resumed crude oil imports from Venezuela following the ease of sanctions. There's a lot of oil found in the sea near Essequibo. Guyana, with ExxonMobil leading, is now famous for its oil industry. Venezuela wants oil to help its economy. Brazil deploying troops and the US engaging in military exercises with Guyana shows how big the problem is. For President Maduro, the border dispute serves as a potential distraction from domestic challenges, including economic woes and pressure to hold free elections. The recent easing of US sanctions on Venezuela has created a window for resuming oil exports, with India reportedly resuming crude imports. Maduro's decision to conduct the controversial referendum and propose oil exploration in Essequibo reflects an attempt to bolster domestic support and project strength ahead of the 2024 elections. The United Nations Security Council has held closed door meetings to address the escalating tensions between Venezuela and Guyana. Regional initiatives, such as the proposal by Saint Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister for a meeting between the leaders of Guyana and Venezuela, highlights efforts to seek a peaceful resolution. The international community, including the Organization of American States and the Caribbean community, has called for de-escalation and dialogue. The problem between Venezuela and Guyana about Essequibo is a big deal. It's not just about borders, it's about history and oil. The leaders need to talk and find a peaceful solution before it gets worse. Everyone working together is a key to solving this long lasting problem. Thank you. Your likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions fuel this channel.